Hey guys, it's Catherine and Susan. We're going to show you how to do the Katniss braid.
The real
tonight. The real one.
Yeah. Okay, first, like normal, I start out with brushing the hair. Because if you're braiding it, it's not going to matter how straight or uncurly it looks. So, and just, I don't like finding tangles. Nobody likes to do that when they're braiding hair. So, for the Katniss braid, you start out with a chunk of hair above the left ear. And I don't take as much from the top because we're trying to get it to start about here. So, I'd say divide it into 3 equal sections. And then, because it's a reverse French braid, some people call it an outie braid, a Dutch braid, you go under instead of over. So we go our first braid cycle under, and then we grab a little hair from this side and only add hair to the outer 2 strands, not like the shortcut Katniss braid where we add it to all 3. And then we go for another braid cycle and add it more to the outer 2 strands. If you have trouble with Dutch or French braids, you can go see my shortcut Katniss braid video where it shows for people who have trouble with it, because I did have trouble with it in the past. And you just keep going. Now, the lady who actually designed Katniss's hair did use a top styler to create a few dreadlock type things in her hair to give it some texture. We're not going to do that. 1, because we don't have a top styler, and 2, because we don't really need that. With curly hair, you don't need a lot more texture than the hair's got. And as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm starting to angle down a little bit to follow. I'm going to add more hair, and you want to make sure that when you're getting it by the neck, you get it all. You don't miss a whole bunch. I had problems with that when I first started. Basically, practice makes perfect. You may have to practice this one a lot before you get it right. I did. So, it just is basically what you have to do with almost any braid when you're trying to get it the first couple times, is practice, practice, practice. And make sure, again, that you're holding the hair tight so you don't lose a whole bunch. And we're going to start following the head. Katniss had the braid around the nape of the neck, but not all the way straight down and following the neck. It kind of slanted down, coming to the nape of the neck near the end. Turn her around a little bit. So, let's see, this way. And it's okay if it's a little messy or a little loose, because her hair was messy in the movie, and braiding is not an exact science. A lot of times people will get the hair wet when they want to work with it, and I don't recommend it for this braid because of the way the hair sticks and how you're kind of moving it all over the place. So, and in general, I have a harder time when curly hair is wet working with it. So, let's see. About this point, we are going to start keeping an eye on how much we have left on the side and slant down just a little bit more, because I'm getting near the end, and I think I went a little bit up that time. And then I noticed that a lot of people were leaving a lot of hair by her right ear when they were doing this braid, and I didn't see her do that in the movie really, so we're not going to do that. And I'm going to show you a trick to keeping it less loose by the ear. So, and about this point we're getting near the side, so I'm going to start finishing up by grabbing the rest of her hair. And what I do is I take the top and more front, and I pull it back, not to this strand, outside strand, but I pull it back to, see, the under outside strand. So, I pull it back to this one. Oops, there we go. I pull it back to this one over here, And then I take the hair that's left, okay, I pull it back to this one, the one that's coming out here. And then I take the hair that's left here and add it to the top one. And then I just keep it tight while I'm braiding it and finish out the braid. And if you're doing this on yourself, if you start to bring it to the front, remember that you're going to, if you're going like this and then like this, switch the way you're braiding it so that you'd be doing over instead of under. Just try to keep that in mind. If it's a little hard for you to follow, that's okay. It took me a couple times. And it's okay if you have hair sticking out. Her hair was messy in the movie too, and with layered hair, that's just going to happen. She didn't leave a real long tail, but I ran out of hair this time, so I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. And that is your Katniss braid. See how it starts out here above the left ear and slopes down. Oops, we kind of left a lot of hair there. Just push it up a little bit. And slopes down till it comes to about right here and then drops down. So, have fun! If you guys like the video.